Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. In this video, I've got a ton of updates on protocols, on airdrops. So let's just get into it. But as always, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Now, I do have a bit of an update on our private group, the Web3 Secret Society. More information to come, but I will be transitioning out our YouTube option and we'll be going solely with the Patreon. Very soon, I'm going to announce sort of price increase for new members. I'm going to lock up the old price for people who are already in it because we've already got like 100 or so people. So I will sort of make the announcement before we do that. So if you're interested in joining and you want to secure the lower price of $20 a month, you probably got about a week to do so. And then it's going to likely be capped. And then we're going to just set it up so that future members will have to pay a higher rate. And even that'll likely be capped. But like I said, more details coming soon. This is for extra coaching, guidance, and support. Now, first thing I want to talk about is Parcel. So Parcel I brought up a couple of days ago. Didn't really have time to make a video yesterday on this, but as you know, we all knew what our allocation was. And for mine, it was 2110. If you went into the system and you claimed right away, you likely faced some congestion. Unfortunately, the way at least the wallet I have is set up, you can't front run transactions like you can through Rabby Wallet or MetaMask, where you can pay a higher gas fee. Typically, what will happen is you will have to up the gas and get your transaction up front. That option is available on some dexes like Radium. That option is available on Jupiter, but it's not available holistically as a wallet as far as I know. So going in here, I hit the claim button. I was sitting here bashing that button, reject, 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 reject. And I was sitting there watching the price on another screen go from like $2.50 all the way down to 70 cents. And unfortunately, it is following the same playbook that Wormhole has. So Wormhole, once again, another protocol farmed, sort of launching on Solana, just completely cratered in price. And we're seeing the same thing happen with Parcel. In fact, Parcel recovered from bottoms of about 50 cents. I thought it was going to start breaking out, sort of reverting, especially because of the real-world asset sort of narrative. Didn't get too far before it continued to dump. Now, part of that is also influenced by the broader market. So in the broader market, what's happened is we have seen a sell-off. And this is not anything new, right? Like we expect that with the halving, there's a ton of volatility. Then we will see it sort of calm down. Typically, in the past, there have been corrections of about 20 to 25%. I think we're sitting around 21 right now or 22%. So this is pretty standard. One thing I do want you guys to watch out for, and if you are on TradingView, make sure you measure the RSI of the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. You could also do the same exercise for Bitcoin and look for when the RSI dips low, preferably under 20, because that is truly a really good entry point. In fact, we're getting really close to that. You know, it could be as early as next week or the week after, and there may be some opportunities for you to load up on tokens. So that's basically kind of what's going on with Parcel and sort of why the token's down. I don't plan on selling it too low, especially since I owe 5 of you 10% each, so 50% total. Didn't want to shortchange you guys on the funds. So the next one here is Jupiter. So Jupiter is having their LFG round 2. And basically, we already know if you vote in these protocols and you vote for, it doesn't matter if they win. As long as you vote for one of these, you will sort of receive a reward. Last time it was $8, but hey, $8 is better than zero. So for me, I got $8 because I had like 10 or 20 Jupiter staked. It is linear. So the more Jupiter you have staked, the more of these rewards you will receive. And as people realize that, they're going to game it and it's going to become not as great. So as always, please sort of pay attention to what's going on with Jupiter. If you take a look, Jupiter's price, I don't know why it's not showing anymore on on the DEX, but basically it's sitting at 94 cents, and it was about $1.50 maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. So it has regressed quite a bit. So if you're looking for an opportune time to pick some up, what better? On top of that, I hope you guys are farming this DEX. A lot of people are going out there and farming a bunch of overly farmed projects. Most people are not paying attention to what's going on in Jupiter. As you can see here, I've literally been buying and selling Solana for the last couple of days. Just take a look at that order history. All of this, for the most part, is in the last couple of days, getting me tons of volume and getting me closer to that airdrop on Jan 30th of next year. Also, if you're interested, Jupiter announced their first sort of liquid staking token, the JUP Soul token, and they're saying that this is going to have like the highest yield on the Solana network, and we're gonna find out in about a day. Like if you check out StakeWiz, you'll see the timer has about a day left. Could be interesting to get it. I know some people are speculating that this could power the airdrop, but I still think it'll be mainly transaction volume driven, and these things might be slight bonuses. On top of that, as we talk about protocols and voting, Dimension has their 8th vote up on the 2D upgrade. I'll be honest, I have no idea what all of this is about, but I definitely voted yes because, hey, the hive mind was saying about yes. So we got that right here. 29% of people had turnout. So make sure you do it. You got a couple days, right? April 22nd is the end. Please don't miss out on this. Governance is super important. And I've seen so many people in previous cycles miss out on an airdrop because they didn't vote. So I don't want that to be you. Now, NIM, which is the first Dimension airdrop, has finally, we know they had closed their claim. So what you could do is you checked their eligibility checker to see how much NIM token you were allocated. And by doing so, you got to claim it, and they would airdrop this to you in the future. Now, they mentioned that anything that wasn't claimed would be divvied up among everybody who did, much like it was for Dimension token, right? So I think all of us remember, we claimed a bunch of Dimension token back in January, and then we got a little bit more because not everyone claimed. This is more of the same. So today, if you go into their website, you can go in and check on all your wallets or wallet, and you can see that your allocation has gone up. So I think my previous allocation was 310 or 315 or something. So it was a significant boost. Make sure you check it out. One thing I do want to mention here is Mocha. Now, there are very few opportunities out there in the market that are very strong, right? So a lot of projects, a lot of times we hear about launches, they're launching for the first time. And as such, like they're very like short-lived, kind of like, okay, great. I want to get in, get out, sort of make my 30%, 100%, whatever it might be. Mocha, however, has been here for quite a bit of time. They've built such a fantastic community. There has been so much demand for their pre-sale. And what is happening is there's a lot of people out there, myself included, who try to create these shards with no luck. Now, I mentioned this about a month ago. If you did try to use at least 400 shards to qualify for this and you got no codes, well, they airdropped people codes based on sort of who spent the most shards for crafting with no luck. So for example, myself, I got 2 waitlist codes. Each waitlist code has a 10% chance of becoming guaranteed, and that would then give me a $100 buy opportunity on each. I definitely recommend you check this out. You got 6 hours and 8 minutes left. So if you've got an airdrop this, you just want to go in here and you want to sort of click activate. Right, so you want to go in here. Sorry, you hit the earn codes button. You can do it. I can't do it anymore because it's already been selected. But once you do it, you can activate these codes, and then you'll find out, I guess, in 6 hours whether or not you have gotten a guaranteed spot. I do think it's worth it. Let's just take a look at their NFT. Their NFT price for Mochaverse has really just stood up. It's been very consistently priced, and that really talks to a very strong community, and they've got a ton of partnerships. I think I've seen a lot of SocialFi partner with them as well recently. So for me, I would literally use every guaranteed lot I could to purchase in on the pre-sale, right? I love getting into pre-sales because pre-sales, you don't have people coming in to dump on top of you. Usually the team will have a sort of vesting and cliff. I believe there's a bit of that in this, but I don't know the full details. You'll have to check that out. And just so you guys know, there is KYC required. So that's one more thing. Layer 3, we've been talking about cubes. If you go on your OpenSea, you might see a ton of cubes kind of spamming and clogging up your NFTs. But, make sure you go into the reward section and see how you're doing. In fact, for myself, I've got 119. I put the link to this claim because a lot of people don't know where it is. We got 23 days left, and every cube counts. So go in there and keep minting those cubes. And today, they made a significant announcement. Basically, they're creating this platform to create like $500 billion plus of value issuance to users. So what they're going to do is enable projects to coordinate thriving communities, users to discover protocols via perpetual incentives, and it is basically going to help provide a ton of value accrual to the users. So they say over here that their users receive 20.4% of Arbitrum's 2023 token distribution, and they expect $500 billion to be distributed in the next 5 years via incentives, marketing, and airdrops. We also expect that the cubes, that sort of incentive, will pay off significantly as well. Another thing you want to be looking at is Scroll. So Scroll, I made a video on this about 2 to 3 months ago. It is definitely one of the L2s I've been prioritizing when it comes to farming. And today, they have all but confirmed an airdrop by talking about a loyalty program because, we all know, right? They don't want to say that they're going to tokenize, but like I said, always ask what is their incentive. Their incentive here is to pay the team, pay the VCs who come on board. And step one is always bringing in users. So they have users, they want to monetize, they want to get a token. Our goal is not to sit there and hold the token. So what is important here is session 0 kicks off through bridging. So I've linked you to the description or the sort of article here. To be eligible, you have to bridge either ETH or WST ETH via the native bridge and Stone using layer 0 to scroll. So make sure you've done both of these. They're saying that that's all they're looking for this, and there will be other future sessions out there. Now, they are saying that they will be providing scroll marks to Scroll community members who have been with us from the very beginning, retroactively to members who have deployed assets on Scroll since October 10th, 2023, which is when their Scroll mainnet went live. So for those of us who have been grinding this, guys, don't worry, they aren't forgetting us. And we will find out soon exactly how we're doing when it comes to their marks, which is their points program. So very interesting. We know that, I called out, I think a week or so ago when Scroll put out a little tweet saying, I think it was like Pepe on a bridge or something. And we're like, yeah, make sure you do it. And if you haven't done it already, just wait till the GUI is low. If you go to ETHScan gas tracker, you can check that out. And also here is an excerpt of, one of the many things we share in the Web3 Secret Society, which is your guide for Scroll, but also a ton of the other protocols, things that you should be considering and sort of the tiering. Another big update here is Getcoin Passport. They said April would be a big month. Well, they're tying them more and more to ZK Sync, and they're saying Getcoin Passport loves ZK Sync. They're doing new stamp scores and weights. So I know some of you have sort of mentioned, I can't get to 20 points. I can't get to 30. I think 30 is ideal. 20 is minimum. And I do think ZK Sync will be around the corner. So, make sure you do this. They're going to continue making this service a lot better for us, hopefully a lot cheaper. I'm looking to see when their GTC staking shifts off Ethereum mainnet. It's just not feasible. It costs way too much to stake it on people and yourself, and especially considering that it will unstake or unallocate at the end of their period, which is usually a few months long. So you end up paying hundreds of dollars in gas fees for no reason. Now, of all the things that you can do coming up, I would recommend that you check out the Tycho Genesis NFT collection. Genesis NFTs have a very special place. And the reason I say this is, number one, they're very minimal. NFTs are already non-fungible, but they're become a very collector's item. And if this is Tycho's first instance of an NFT and sort of they're pushing it, there is a significant chance that this becomes a 20x or more play. So to do that, you got 12 days. About 50,000 people have done it so far, but you want to go in here, do these social tasks, and then you can sort of enter to be on the whitelist. Not that many slots are available. In fact, there was a list somewhere down here around how many. Oh, there we go. 257 will win that paid mint spot. A lot of these will be going to, just big NFT holders. But I really think that this is definitely something that you should be looking at. I know I'll be doing this on, let's just say, a couple wallets to juice up my chances, because let's be real here, a lot of people will be doing that, and I'm looking forward to this. I don't think I'm lucky enough to even come close to winning, but hey, you can't win if you don't try. The next thing is ETHFI. As you can see here, I'm almost at rank 7, but that's not really what this video is about. What I wanted to sort of talk about is their seasonality. So we know already that their season kicked off on March 15th. We're a month in. We've got about 2 months left, or 2.5 months left, as the season ends on June 30th. Their airdrop allocation is 5% of the total supply. 6% was the previous. And you want to sort of make sure that you leave at least 0.1 ETH in the main account to make sure that you are accumulating that stake rank. What has happened recently is with their Staking Friends program, they were giving out extra tokens, ZK tokens, as well as tokens related to ETHFI for those who just stake recently. They are now going to have a second version of Staking Friends passing through the Omni tokens, right? So many of you know, a couple days ago, we talked about the Omni airdrop. We talked about how I think it was only the top 15,000 EigenLayer stakers addresses got it. So like you had to have like $100,000+ in Ethereum over a certain period of time. So most people didn't qualify through that. And I think you could have owned a Ninja NFT and some other like unique criteria. Well, they are providing some of these tokens through strategic partner protocols category, and they're giving all of it back through the Staking Friends. So we're going to see Omni tokens being given out. Now, I don't personally like this because in my opinion, I'm an early adopter of ETHFI, at least for season 2. And I'm now being punished for getting in earlier than now. I get it. Like I get it from their standpoint. They want to drive traffic, but it doesn't, like what they're providing does nothing for somebody who already went in. So it's sort of like, great, you want to pay more to get a new consumer, but you're saying, well, the old consumers are sort of worthless, or not worthless, but obviously not as valuable because we're not getting anything. So I don't know what the right solution is. So I'm not really like clowning on them, but yeah, it's very interesting. And the last update I want to give you guys is on PENDLE. So for PENDLE, one of the things you should know is this is my preferred solution for restaking from any LRT protocol. And I don't know, they made a random announcement saying they love ETHFI and they want to go the distance with them. It sounds like some sort of rom-com. What was interesting was they provided a December 2024 maturity pool. Now, the reason this matters, a couple reasons. If I scroll down, it would show you here. The first pool that has a 3x ETHFI multiplier. Number one, okay? And there are some downsides. The first downside is this is on ETH mainnet, so you got to pay significant amounts of gas. Right now, even when Gwave was like 10, it will cost me $30 to claim $100 in rewards from this protocol, so I'm not doing it. And the other thing that I think is interesting is because it goes till December, like I think like Boxing Day, not Boxing Day, December 24th, right? Because it does that, December 2024. So because it does this, on Christmas. The reason this is important, is the ETHFI points are probably not going to be relevant to us at that point in time, right? Like if the season 2 ends on June 30th, what's the value of ETHFI points after that? Like, are we going to get something? So that one is sort of up in the air. I'm not sure, because my instinct was, well, maybe I should look at YTE, because this gives me about 8 months, right? Around 8 months for me to just get in YT, and I have all that earning power for that period of time without the loss. And right now, when I took a look, I believe it costs about 0.13 ETH per one. And I don't think that's bad at all if you consider how much time you have it for and all of that. So it's definitely something that I think is very interesting. We'll be investigating it. Not definitively sure exactly what I'm going to do, but something to sort of keep in mind. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. You know, one of the things I will say here is we will do AMA on Friday. So I'll make sure we put it in calendars. I'm going to just block it off because that's for you guys. Going forward, I'm going to be doing more streams and more sort of Discord stages with our private group. As I mentioned, I've really got to focus on them. One thing I do want to mention to you guys is this space has gotten so much more competitive, especially since airdrops are no longer providing the value they used to. I'm finding that a lot of people are being a lot more gatekeeping with information. So it's not to say that I'm gatekeeping a lot from you guys, but I'm definitely going to make sure that I prioritize strategic conversations with the group that we have built up. And, you know, that's just a facet of how this market has gotten. You know, one example I will give you guys, and I sort of want to end the video with this, is Celestine slots. No one talked about it at all. People kept it hush hush, didn't want anyone to share anything when it was one Celestia token. But now what's happening is once it became 5,000 US dollars, people are messaging me asking me to talk about it. Why? Because they want me to help them sell their NFT. They want to create extra demand, but they didn't want to do any of that before. And it's just a reality. I get it. It's PvP. Everyone's looking out for themselves. And because of that, I've got to make sure I prioritize the Web3 secret society. So guys, like, this is why I'm saying, like, there will be some changes going on with this channel, some changes going on with sort of how much this will be charging. And like I said, I will be locking in the rates for our current members very, very soon. And the new members will have to pay a much higher price because I obviously want to support early adopters and all of that. Kind of the opposite of the ETHFI thing I was talking about. And I'll just answer one last question here because it relates to ETHFI. When I said leave 0.1 in main account for ETHFI, I'm just saying make sure you have at least 0.1 ETH. You can put it in DeFi, just make sure it's at least 0.1 ETH. If you do it and you split it up into LP where some of it goes off to YT, you don't have enough. So if you have 0.2, then you don't have to worry. But the closer you get to 0.1 ETH, you've really got to be strict that you hold that token. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back later this week to talk about more details around what's going to happen to the private group, what's happening to the channel. I'm still going to provide you guys with the news, let you guys know exactly what's up. So don't worry about that. We will have an AMA once weekly. That's pretty much what I'm committing to at this point. But as always, guys, please like and share the video. If you guys are interested in actually joining the community, getting that support, locking in that lower price, check that out. The links to that are in the description below. With that being said, I'm going to head over to the private group and we're going to do our own stream now. So with that being said, like, share, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.